Hi, here's a quick FYI on kids testing. Kids testing for the basic kids are 20 classes minimum and 3 months on average of training. Now, if somebody's done some other stuff, they might move a little bit faster. If they've done another martial art, it goes up to 44 classes in 6 months in the intermediate zone, and then that advanced zone can be 90 more. We find with our kids, especially if they started younger. Sometimes they need to restart as they're growing, as they move up, maybe from the elementary school class to the teen class. They might need to reevaluate their technique as they've aged and grown in as teenagers. Our rotating curriculum is going to change every month. So a lot of times parents are, what do I need to know? What do they need to know? We don't do a set curriculum because what we found was people just mainly memorizing technique and then they would forget about it and then they would move on to the next belt level and they would forget the previous belt level. And that's not what self-defense is about. So our rotating curriculum, we're always working the beginner stuff. Always working the beginner stuff. Those punch combos is what the kids need. Their 360s and whatever self-defense that we're working on in that first quarter of their training is what they're going to be evaluated on for their yellow belt. And then as they progress, they're going to get the entire Krav Maga system, especially when they're in our TNT tweens and teens class. They're going to be getting more towards the adult level of training, not quite. And when those kids kind of hit that 16, 17 and enter into our adult program, they might need to move down a bit because now we have our adult expectations of that 16, 17-year-old, really depending on the kid and their comfort level of when we're bringing them up into our adult program. So it is a no-nonsense adult program. There's a lot of adult standards that they're going to have to meet. Generally speaking, our kids that have been doing it for 4 or 5 years and they're a kid, junior black belt, red belt, that kind of average, they're generally coming into the intermediate zone as an adult because we have those adult standards. We don't believe in kid black belts, so all our kids get a junior black belt, and that includes our 17 until they're living on their own. We say if you're living with mom and dad, you are not an adult. You need to be living out on your own. One of our other ones is if you've signed up for the military and you have papers, then you qualify for an adult black belt. That's a little 101 on our testing. We try not to make it a big deal, an extra day for the family. So testing is in class and they're earning it in class every day with hard work. It is not something that they work for hard one day. Who's going to give somebody a raise when they work one hard day out of the quarter? We want people earning it. That's something we're trying to get, that work ethic to our kids of how we want them to be solid adults that are working hard. Feel free to reach out with any questions.